I definitely got a haul of decks today. I got this I Ching Oracle, which now I'd like to explain why I got this deck. I have another one in my existing collection that I've had for a long time, and I've always held on to it, right? Because when I was in my teenage years, like when I got my OG Marseille deck and I got into astrology, and I believe the divination kit came with runes, which disappeared on me at some point. I don't know what happened. And some I Ching coins in there too. And there was a stage before I ever even properly did tarot where I read my, like, I guess I'd use it as a daily, but I did do I Ching readings every day. It is part of my divination pathy and whatnot. You want out? Come on. Go ahead. So now that deck, so I had picked up an I Ching Oracle early when I was getting back into tarot, because I was like, well, I didn't understand people's other Oracle decks, right? I didn't understand the freestyle Oracle decks. But I found this one. This one is beautiful, right? But the only reason I never reached for it is because it's the whole hexagram. And you have to use the little white book, which I couldn't, oh, I do have it in here, like, to get the message, right? And I've had this one for a long time, but I really, in all fairness, have not used this. And when I was going through my, my culling and everything, I was like, oh, maybe I'll use these as like a card of the week and meditate on the message that's given and everything else, right? So like this one is number 15. I have to go in the book and go to 15, and I mean, listen, the oracle meanings for the I Ching is wonderful. And I know that Benebell did a series and she wrote some books and stuff, or a book, whatever, on it. And I really meant to get into it, like get that book and get into it. But I think I was maybe in too far and I just couldn't take it in anymore. It might have been during my breakdown where I just couldn't take in any more information, But anyways, so there's like a little blurb here, and then it breaks down the lines like how it should, right? But like on the card it doesn't say modesty, so if I pull the card, it's not like I would know what the hell I'm doing. So, or like it feels different because you're supposed to build the hexagram, not get the whole hexagram. Like, you'll see what I mean. Okay, so, but I love the artwork in this. Like, I think the black, the white, the ink. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of this deck, but I enjoy flipping through this deck sometimes. And maybe I need a different spot to sit decks I like to flip through sometimes. But that might be, that little purgation. I don't want to call it the hibernation box, I like to call it. But there's something about it that I enjoy. But I can't use it to read the I Ching. So without taking up any more time with this deck, which is this one. As I was scrolling through with my little haul or whatever, I saw this one and I said, oh, I think I can probably actually use this one like an oracle. So this one comes in, oh, I think I did that earlier. Oh no, there's something sticky on the side already. And there I go digging my nails into it. All right, sorry about that. It opens like that. It also has a little book. It tells you how to pull the cards. Oh wait, are you? Yeah, okay, all right. So anyways, even though you can see like the glyphs on the back, the I Ching hexagram on the back, she says, are these all different? They are. I just realized there's some differences on the backs. That's interesting. But, so she says, like, whatever you pull is like about your current situation on the first card. And then the second card would be, the second card would be, where is it? Like the future potential of that situation, or a deeper aspect of the present situation. So we're just gonna do, I did one earlier and then I shuffled it right in. I mean, I don't really have a question, but let's say like for how the rest of the week is gonna go, give me some wisdom that I need to know about how the rest of this week is gonna go, you know, up until the weekend. And then I would stop, cut it. This would be the situation. And no, it's not pictures, but it gives me what I need. And then I would shuffle again to get the potential future or the deeper insights to that. So there we go. So let me bring it in. So sorry about the it's not like super shiny, but I see it in the camera, it's a little shiny. So pushing upward, and it just gives it to me. Nothing is standing in your way. Move towards your goals diligently. Be flexible, persevere. You can do it. Like, that's all I need, right? And now the potential outcome or deeper insight is conscientiousness. Focus on your daily responsibilities. Now is not the time. Now is not the time for big plans. Adjust your goals. Be patient. Stay positive. Find joy in the details. And even when I was younger, right, the I Ching would tell me shit, and I will always feel called out. it reads me for filth. Like it will just like okay, I'm like, oh, I'm thinking, because you told me when you came over Saturday, you're like, yeah, what happened to Tarot Tube and everything else? Like, you need to like start recording again. And I want to do that. And so I've been contemplating what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna show up. Like, how am I gonna show up? What is it that I'm gonna record on my channel? What topics do I want to cover? Because I don't want to really be in all the politics. I just want to play with cards, you know what I mean? So when this says now's not time for big plans, it's because my ass gets in my own way, and I think of one idea which is supposed to be like a small thing. I'm like, here are some ideas that I can do, little 10, 15, you know, start small, right? 10-minute videos, like let's max it there kind of thing, or 15-minute videos, that let's max it there and do smaller bite-sized pieces as I feel inclined. But then my brain starts going and I'm like, oh, but I could do, you know, 15-minute videos with this topic and 30 minutes. And then I start doing that shit to myself. And this is calling me out, saying, just focus on what I can do today. It's not time to even think about all of that. Just, so for it to call me out right now, saying adjust your goals, be patient, stay positive, and just find joy in the details. But isn't that what tarot is about? In like actual using of tarot is enjoy the details of the symbolism in the cards and the practice of tarot. Girl, this deck is giving me all the effing life right now. Again, we have a gold kind of, you know, dealio here. But that's it. You're not supposed to pull more than 2 cards for this deck. It is meant, I could use it, but if you have a specific question, pull it, it'll answer you. Or even if it's something like what I just did, like guidance for the rest of the week. It's saying pushing upward. And it means that is just reflective of me feeling like I'm slowly coming out of that rock that we were talking about. So this is a lot in the best way possible. This is me. This is absolutely, this one is 110% me. I don't think I've ever really talked about that before, but I don't want to say I learned this, but if I kept on, I probably would be able to memorize like the I Ching, you know. But isn't that the point of what I'm doing right now with all the decks, is making sure that the ones that I own, I love, and I can build a relationship with, knowing that it's like gonna help me get out of my own way. Like it told me, like, dude, I can't right now. Okay, so that has been the I Ching Oracle by Catherine Pilfrey, and I will get into that. This for me feels like almost an all year kind of deck. I don't know if I would use it in conjunction with tarot, unless there was a specific question and maybe as a clarifier. But I could definitely see using this for like weekly messages, or if I really want to be super lazy and not use tarot, this is going to hit as hard as tarot does without, you know what I'm saying? Because usually what you do is you flip coin, and every time you flip a coin, you would make a line. That's how you would build it, based on which ones are heads up and which ones are heads down. And then you build it, and then that's your oracle. But like, this is different. It's cards. It's not traditionally how it's done. But and I have an I Ching book in my library, which I've had for many, many years, and I haven't cracked that shit open. It's dusty. So I don't know. I feel something with this deck, and I wanted to share that with you. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one.